recall in my Miracles and Signs video titled Hitchhiking 1989 that I was on my way to California. Well, that wasn't the only time that I tried to get to California. With all the other crazy stuff that was going on during that hitchhiking incident and me trying to do the video, I failed to mention where in California I had intended to go once I finally got there, if I made it there, of course. San Francisco, 1989. If that doesn't ring a bell, let me go a little further. A few months after the incident and my failed attempt to make it to California, one of the worst earthquakes to hit San Francisco hit the Bay Area, killing 63 people, wounding thousands, and causing $6 billion in damage. Now, I'm not claiming that I dodged a bullet. We can't know the future. But there is a big possibility that I would have been there when that earthquake struck. And I still think about that to this day. So now on to the Greyhound bus station story. And this one is going to be a little shorter than my previous ones. Now let's briefly skip ahead to 1992. This was another time that I tried to go to California. I think I was about 16 years old. And one of my friends, another bad influence, I was a bad influence too, I'm not just talking about them. But this friend and I, this was a guy friend, we had decided that we were going to go to California. We were drinking one night. Once again, I was drunk. And we were with a bunch of friends, and I remember asking everybody just out of the blue, hey, who wants to go to California? Who wants to go to Los Angeles? And, nobody wanted to go. Everybody had an excuse. Everybody was smarter than me, except the one friend. We're going to call him John. Now, he had enough money to buy 2 bus tickets. And I don't remember how much bus tickets were back then, but I think they were fairly cheap. But for a 16-year-old, and I think he was maybe 18, cheap is expensive. So I was like, okay, great. We're going to go to California. We're going to go to Los Angeles. We're going to visit Hollywood, and we're going to just have fun and do whatever. And so that's what we planned to do. And he didn't have any problem with it. So we made our way by cab, he paid for the cab as well, to the Greyhound bus station in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Now, when we got there, remember this is back in the 1990s, so things are a little bit different now than they were then, as far as credentials that you might need to board a bus or a plane or a train or what have you. But like I said, I was about 16 years old. I didn't have an ID at 16 years old, but I distinctly remember walking into this bus station with my friend who was 18. Pretty sure he had an ID, so it was easy for us to get bus tickets. That's all I know. Nobody asked me for anything. I had a bus ticket. We were ready to go to California. So we were sitting there in the terminal, just waiting for our first bus to get there. And, it didn't show up on time. So an hour after the bus was supposed to leave, we were still sitting there. 2 hours went by, 3 hours, 4, several more minutes. We did go and ask the lady at the ticket counter, what's holding the bus, what's going on. And she said that the bus was having mechanical problems. Several buses had come in and out. We were the only ones sitting there for hours and hours and hours because apparently our bus had mechanical problems. And so probably after about the 5th hour or so, it might have not even been that long. I don't remember. Like I said, it was a long time ago, but I just remember it was several hours. My friend decided he wanted to go home, and he said, "Are you still planning to go?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going. If you don't mind, you bought my ticket, thanks. But I still want to go to Los Angeles." And he says, "Okay, well, I wish you luck, and be careful, be safe." The same thing everybody says. And so I'm like, "Thanks, thanks for giving me a ride and everything." And so I was I thought I was big. I'm sitting there by myself in the bus station waiting for my bus to arrive. I think all I had on me was a purse. Didn't have a backpack, a suitcase or anything. No belongings, nothing. no money to my name, not a single penny to my name. But I was somehow going all the way to California, and I was going to live in California. I don't know why teenagers think these things. It's really kind of insane, but that was me. That was me. So dawn came. The bus never showed. The ticket lady had already clocked out and switched with someone else. And every time I would go and ask, where's the bus? What's going on? There was an excuse. Usually it was just the mechanical issue excuse. But the second person that came in to relieve the first employee, this was a guy, and he told me, he said that the bus isn't coming. That, if I want to still go to California, that I would have to go on a different day. So the bus never showed, and I changed my mind. I went home. I was not living that far from the bus station, really, maybe about 20 minutes away, and I made it home, and I once again did not make it to California. So here's the really weird thing. Just like with my hitchhiking trip that I didn't make to San Francisco, I did not make it to Los Angeles. And just like the other one, a few months later, the Los Angeles riots hit, killing 63 people, just like the earthquake in 1989, wounding thousands, couple of thousand, and causing $1 billion in damage. That's a little weird to me. Again, I'm not saying I dodged a bullet, but again, there is a big possibility that I was going to be in Los Angeles when those riots hit. And I think about these things, these incidents, and it amazes me and fills me with such gratefulness and this feeling of being watched over and blessed by a higher power. So anyway, that's my really quick Miracles and Signs story about my Greyhound bus experience that I never actually experienced because I never actually got on the bus. But there was definitely someone watching over me both of those times, the hitchhiking and that experience as well. So that's all I have for today. Until next time.